Welcome everyone to our family meeting. Tonight's family meeting is about making sure you're able to harness all the information that I have and really know how to utilize the choice. You've already made the criterion to be here, and that you made a choice to go ahead and pursue some challenges and get the support you need to overcome that challenge by getting a coach, by getting a mentor, by being part of a program, a self-study program, by attending a workshop or a training that I have been a part of. And so therefore that has placed you into this one academy. I specifically designed, and I targeted people that I knew were CEOs, that I knew were serial entrepreneurs, but that they just needed that extra backstory, the extra foundation, a little bit more support to their scaffolding to hold them in place so they can really make profits. I invite them in to listen in to my coaching calls. I invite them into my mastermind groups because I want them to fully get a hands-on scope of what it's supposed to be. In addition to working with everyone on their mindset, everyone in getting control of their money and their credit. Now listen, I'm a lifestyle alchemist of money and mindset. Now, what that means is that I am ever evolving in those areas, gaining new awareness, new knowing that allows me to support people as they grow, and grow. Versus having people have to go out and spend $10,000 and get lost in a coaching program or get lost in a mastermind because they're missing the foundational stages. So when I invite you in, when I have those conversations with you, when I'm inviting you in, I'm bringing you to the level to give you the backstory, because everybody wants to get to the money. So tonight's call or tonight's session is going to be called Fast Cash. How do you make money? Have you? So everybody pause and breathe. I'm giving you one insider's conversation. So today, when I was listening to Reverend Michael Beckwith, Michael was talking about that in the chaos, you have to be able to step back, reconnect to the divine, and then activate the awareness of that connection so that you can get what you got to get. And so when I was doing that, I was saying, what am I doing that's not? Then he talked about being the original you, but I was given the original assignment 10 years ago. Remind people to get back to their original assignment, to understand that their passion and purpose may work hand in hand to complete that original assignment. They may be passionate about some things, but it may not be your original assignment. I'm just saying. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. I'm telling y'all all about the fast cash. How do you make the money? When Marrian needs fast cash, I'm going to show you my formula that I use. I want to tell y'all, get out your pencils and papers, because I'm going to walk us through fast cash. Fast cash. Fast cash is the thing you want to be able to do. It should be your go-to whenever you do not have enough cash flow, whether it's in your personal life or your business life. It's the thing that you can go to, right? So first thing you have to do, you have to determine what are you good at? What are you good, G-O-O-D, at? What are you good at? Okay? What are you good at? Write it down. I'm good at singing. I'm good at talking. I'm good at writing. Right? And I'm just good at performing, right? Performing. And I'm good at connecting. Connections. People, places, etc. Okay? If you can't see it, it's okay. I just want you to start focusing on what are you good at. All right. Now, it may be the same similar things as you have up there, but what do you love? Meaning that if somebody walked up to you and said, here's $100,000, go do this all day, every day for the next 3 months. Here's $100,000. This is the only thing I want you to focus on because you said you love it. And don't put your children up there unless you're going to talk about how you're going to use your children and manage your careers. We got to make some money off of it. So what do you really love? What do I love to do? Talk, travel, and teach. I can talk, travel, and teach all day long. Don't mind me what I'm gonna research it. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna get to the root of it. I'm gonna make connections. Now that you know what you good at, oh, I should have put down I'm good at cooking too. Huh? Forgot that one. I'm good at cooking. Okay. And I'm good at like African stuff, right? All right, so what do people lean on me for a lot of times? They're always asking me for information. People lean on me for money. And people lean on me for spiritual guidance. Okay? And support. Okay. So, I know what I'm good at. I know what I love to do. And I know what people lean on me for. So when I get tight for cash, I'm gonna tell you the categories that I look at. I look for what's similar. Talking, information, making connections, talking, teaching, info, support, and guidance. So I'm gonna create something, whether it's an ebook that I'm gonna quick send out to people, whether it's a reminder of what I do with the writing, talking, teaching, right? I may create an event, repeat, something that allows me to make that quick cash. Now I want you all real quick, tell me only the things that you saw that was in common between what you were good at, what you love, and what people come to you for. I'm writing y'all stuff down. Okay. So people know what image consulting is, that typically, so they'll come to you and say, Kathy, this is how I'm getting ready to go to a party. Does this look right, or should I wear this, or do you know where I can go find something like that? Okay. So she said, yes, they know her. That's really good, Kathy. Image consulting and support. Okay. So now let's talk about that. Now that we know what we're good at and we got the commonality, the theme that we can work from, now the question becomes, how do we position that in such a way that we can get compensated minimally $10, maximally $1,000, right? For your counseling, for your image consulting, or your support. How can we turn this into cash? What does it look like? If someone was paying you as a client, what is one part of that you can package up, that you can present to the person that's coming to you to ask you to organize their events? Write it down. Think about that for a second. The image consulting and support. What is it that you could do? What is it in counseling and advice? How could you set yourself up to be able to benefit minimally for $10 every time somebody came to you for counseling and advice? Every time somebody came to you for image consulting, feedback, and support. Every time somebody came to you for support in events organizing or to utilize the resources that you are aware of. How then can you do that? I want y'all to really think about that, because the reason why I want you to get very clear, and I didn't put down the whole paragraph, is because if you're not focused and you're not really clear, I am all about mindset and money mastery. That's it. And in that process, there's gonna be some transformation that's gonna be engineered, and I'm gonna be supporting you in that engineering process of your transformation. All right? So I wanna see y'all, go ahead and tell me, a consultation on closet organization. Oh, girl. Now, if you did that, you might even get me as a counselor. I do, but that might be something definitely that when you're not able to tap into people right away, how do you get your foot in the door? It could be that closet organization. You got it? You could team up with a housekeeping service and say, hey, you somebody with a real shitty closet, just you know, why don't you drop their name and say, hey, I got somebody who, you know, hung up your things in your closet, but I know somebody who does this for a living, right? Or if there's someone who's getting a new job, maybe you work with a job training program to say you want them to hire you to show you how to show women how to go to these places that give us outfits for career days and things like that. Women who are coming out of prison, women that are coming out of transition from domestic violence or transition from just getting a job, that haven't had a job in a while. They need an outfit. Maybe you could go and be that supportive person. If you got some money on your table, that's what we're talking about. What can you offer immediately right away? Tahana, what are you going to offer? T, what are you going to offer? What's something that you can put together that based upon what you said, the advising and consulting, and counseling. When people come to you for counseling, what's something you can do, or what's one way you could set it up so that you get paid? You say you're thinking. So how about this? How about you ask people to allow you to come in and support them? This is for Tahana. When it comes to providing support in organizations, why don't you tell them that you charge $25, to give feedback on the best venues for the type of events they're doing, or to set up a list of 10 caterers that they can entertain with. You'll set up this process. You'll do the back work for them to have a conversation, right? Here's the conversation. Okay, I see that you do a lot of events. You're always looking for volunteers. How about I charge you $75? I'll do all the back work. I'll come up with a bunch of venues, and I'll come up with some caterers, and I'll come up with DJs, whatever you're doing. Notice I'm talking to the type of quality people I'm talking to, right? People that are doing it, and they're doing it successfully, and they're doing it well. Charge them to do the back work. The next time they come and ask you, hey, what's a good venue? Say, you know what? I actually have a list that you can buy on my website, or you can buy from me for 99 cents or for $5. And I'll support you in that. And I have some other things you can purchase. Or I have an event package that shows you how to go from top to bottom, all your forms you need, how to get organized. I have that on sale for $35, $50, $100, whatever you want to put there. That's the kind of thing. See, you got to think like that. I know. That's why I'm the alchemist. I know. That's why I'm the alchemist, right? Because that's what an alchemist does. The alchemist looks at all the elements, all the components, and then creates an elixir for us, and we put it on our bodies, or we drink it, and it begins to bring about some change, right? So for T, you said that you do counseling and advising. If you're going to do counseling and advising, here's what I'm going to say. You charge them before you talk. Hey, I need to talk to you. Is this a friend conversation, or is this an advising conversation? Because I no longer just talk. I'm starting a business, and my business is a consulting and advising business, a counseling and advising business. I charge, you know, you can make an appointment. You have to put your credit card in. It's going to be a $25 appointment, or excuse me, it's going to be a $50 appointment. If you don't keep the appointment, it's going to be $25 charged to your card. That's how you got to make fast cash. Brittany just came in the room. Brittany is she works in medicine. She's a phlebotomist. She works with hospice, and she works with as a I don't know what's called, LPN nurse, or some type of nursing field. But she does that with the elderly. And I told her to create a list, some type of document that allows people who are looking for a group home for their families in the last couple of days, get the list that the hospital gives to people who need to go to hospice, Tell them you're going to give them a rating, create a 99-cent web page that you host and you pay $5 a month for, and invite people in and tell them, say, hey, I have a website that can help you go through this whole list and see feedback from other people who already have loved ones there. And I only charge $9.99. And they get access to go see all your feedback, all the work she's done to find out if this is a good facility. Do they allow you to stay after hours? Can you bring in personal belongings? Are you able to bring your loved one food from outside? Can you spend the night? Can you, all of this information, right? People need to know, right? Is there a respite care service versus a hospice care? This in her area? These are ways in which you could quickly charge someone. You could quickly get some cash. And she has a degree in public relations and marketing. She does media stuff. She deals with media. And so what I said to her was, I said, you need to position yourself in such a way to get people to pay you some money until you get established. So we worked on a program. And so as a result of that, I taught her how to put together a very quick document and an opportunity for people. They get the document, they get a little time with her, and then she can make that money. I know, Brittany, yes, girl, you need to get this started like a month ago, 2 months ago. This goes back to prioritization. See how that focus? Everybody all right? Did y'all get anything out of that process right there? If y'all got anything out that process, let me know. Type it in, let me know. Say, I got something. You know, right? And I want to expose as many people to the process as I can that have what it takes. We're about business because we're on 6 months. We're 6 months away from the end of the year, and we need to make some changes. I told y'all in January, know your number. Move the comma. Take it from 5 figures, which is anything from $10,000 to $99,000. to $100,000, or move it from, or better yet, just add a digit. Move the digit. If you're not ready to move the comma, how about that? How many of y'all just want to move the digit? That just requires $10,000. What you prioritize is what will benefit you. Oh, I got children, I got a husband, I got a wife, I got a job. Okay, fine. Prioritize it. So let that be number 1 and 2. But that can't be 1 and 2 because you have to be number 1. Because if you are not prioritizing yourself as number 1, you can't be there for your family. You can't be there for the church. You can't be there for the community. You can't be there for the girls. You can't be there for the women. You can't be there for the men. You cannot. We're not focused. We're not being aware. We're getting caught up in the emotion of it. Emotions are designed plainly enough for just fight or flight. If I love you, I'm running to you. If I don't love you, I'm running away from you. If the food tastes good, I'm going to eat it all up. If it doesn't taste good, I'm going to move away from it. Some of us have yet to claim that we do not want death and poverty to be our legacy. We want something more, because there is more, and there's more than enough of that more to go around. You don't have to worry about what somebody else is doing. I'm trusting and believing that tonight we share some things, and I'm going to ask you to do. Many of you are already in a program with me, but I'm always going to let you know what I have available, because it's a service. And it'd be a disservice not to remind you of what I have available. Clarity 1-to-1 allows you an opportunity to work with me for 60 days. We work for 60 days, once a week for 1 hour on one area that you think that you need me to work with you on. And that is for $297 offer. And not to mention, I got this new book coming out that many of y'all voted on. I'm so happy y'all did that for me. That made my day. For those of you that pre-ordered the book, thank you for pre-ordering the book. You can pre-order the book for $9.99. It's going to be $24.99 actually when it comes out. Leave me some feedback. Tell me something else good. You follow through when you get this video. Go back. What are you good at? What do you love to do? Even if somebody gave you $100,000 a day, what are you going to do with it? And you're going to figure out, what do people come to you for? What do they come to you for? When people are in need and they see you, what do they know that the one thing you're going to do it, and then you turn to some cash. So anyway, any comments or questions for me before you go? Now is your time to ask what you want. If you want to ask me about pricing, if you want to ask me about anything, your personal stuff, something you yourself are challenged with, now is the time to ask me. Okay, so let's talk about investors and how to find your investors. So I'm gonna walk through this one last time. Woo. Investors want to know that you know what they're investing in. They want to know how they're going to get their money back. And they want to know they can trust you. There it is. They want to know that you know your stuff. If you fumbling, mumbling, like I said earlier, why am I going through a transformation with my web pages, with my branding, with the way in which I'm presenting myself, right? Because I am attracting, my goal is to keep attracting even people on a higher level, correct? I want them to know that I know my stuff. When it comes to mindset mastery, productivity, how to unify a team, how to work past, how to bring about a profit, and how to manage money, right? How to create and manage money. So they want to know you know your what. Next, they want to know, do you know how they're going to get their money? How are you going to guarantee that they're going to get their money back in the time you said that they're going to get their money back? And then lastly, they want to know that they can trust you. Right? How do you know? Well, Marrian, I'm just starting out. I don't have like a record. I don't have clients. Well, then you need to position yourself as the expert. You should be visiting networkings. You should be going to where they are, holding conversations. You should be investing your own money, not $100 at a time. You should be investing your money into your business, into your project. And don't tell me, oh, I'm doing it already. No, listen, this is what I mean. You know how we have a 501, what is it called, 401k? You know we have a Roth. Some of us have a Roth IRA, and we can pull the interest off that Roth IRA. That means if you're asking me for $10,000, I want to see that you've at least spent $10,000, maybe $20,000 or $30,000. Actually, let's keep it real. I want to see that you spent at least $30,000 in this project, and I want to see that there's a potential for me to get my money back and you to get your $30,000 back. Then you say, oh, hell no, because that's $10,000. No, really, that's how it works. That's how it works. People, oh, I got a not-for-profit. It's helping people. Nobody, look around, look around. If I invest in your school, if I invest in your not-for-profit, if I invest in that community to rebuild that community, how are we going to guarantee we get a return on our investment? Sure, I can write off on my taxes, but investors want to know that. And go where your investors are. Your investor is not sitting in the neighborhood bar. It might, but really the ones you really want, what I call real investors, they're going to be sitting at the airport. So go ahead and upgrade and get into the little flight club room. Go ahead and sit at the 5-star hotels, lounges. Talk to people. Remember I said that earlier? Let's have conversations with people. Even if we know that we don't have the skills and the background, we can still say, hello, how you doing? Ask them about them. So you don't have to talk about yourself. Hey, I noticed that you said your company was one that builds apartment buildings, or that you're a real estate investor, or that you invest in medical supplies and medical facilities. Those are the conversations that's going to give you more information, and it's going to show them that you're just not out to get, you're willing to learn and grow. Most of my relationship with people is because I just listen. I'm never going to be their client, but I'm my client, but I know how they work, and so I can send people to them. Get this information. That's what it's about, Erica, about investors. Anyone else? Did that, first of all, was that too much? Was that helpful? I want to be clear tonight. I'm taking the time out to be clear. But it really, to have an investor, you got to have your stuff together. You got to have your business plan down. You got to have your money plan down. You got to be able to position yourself. You may not have to have all the money, but you got to show that you are willing to invest whatever it takes. And if it doesn't require you to invest a lot of monetary money, let's say you need some seed money to do the research, then you got to show them that you're willing to do the majority of the work and that you're willing to actually include them in a process. If you want to know how that works, watch that show called The Profit. Watch those shows on Shark Tanks. When they talk about how they want 10% of the company, 20% of the company, they want to be a part of the actual day-to-day activities, that's how you do it. Thank you so much, Erica. I appreciate that feedback. You know what I do? You know what's available to you. You know that I'm here in the academy. If you know someone else that's in the academy, ask them why they're not participating. How did you miss this powerhouse opportunity? If you think that I don't have your email, and if you want to make sure that I have your email, please make sure that you send me your email. This other gift to someone, that out of all the people that are coming, I am going to do a 1-hour strategy session with someone who was on this call, who was active. I'm going to start picking somebody every month that is in the academy, that is actively responding and commenting, not just liking, but actually giving feedback about, what did this say to you? What does this make you think about? Was this a valid post? I need you to do that. I mean, you got to put a whole bunch of stuff, maybe just a couple of words, maybe 4 or 5 words on what the post meant to you, or a question you have in your particular business or your personal development. Drop it in a group. I see every post, especially in the academy. I choose to hold on to the academy. Also want to remind y'all that the Mastering My Exponential, Mastering Me retreat is going to be happening in December 7th through the 9th here in Arizona. Know that as academy members, you get to come to the event to just be in the general room. If you want to be part of the VIP as an academy member, then you have to pay the $247. You got it? So if you are already in a program, it is no cost because you're already in the academy. You just have to get to Arizona and pay for your hotel for that, the 7th, 8th, and the 7th and the 8th basically. And then it's free, but if you want the VIP time, if you want to be able to have the luncheons and all that stuff, then you need to pay the $247. Okay, and that's also listed on the page. Thank you everybody for being here. Let everybody know how good it was. Give me some more feedback. You're welcome to always inbox me and email me. I'm always listening and watching. I appreciate you for allowing me to be a part of your life expansion. That's what I said, your life expansion. You allow me to be a part of that, so I greatly appreciate it. I am not taking it for granted. And so with that, I'll see y'all the next time. Enjoy the rest of your week.